What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for the weekly rotation. We've got another rotation full of interesting fragrances, at least in my opinion. Majority of them are blue. Like, the overwhelming majority are blue fragrances, a lot of mass appealing stuff, a couple of newer releases, some fresher stuff, but all great stuff. I mean, it's not as much variety as usual because I went the route of just easy to wear, easy to enjoy, crowd-pleasing stuff mostly. So I guess redundancy in the style, but not necessarily in the individual scent profiles, if that makes sense. So let's discuss it, shall we? Stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is kind of Mancera's twist on Chanel Allure Homme Sport, but much more peppery. I mean, it's even in the name. Mancera's Cosmic Pepper, one of their most well-rounded fragrances, super easy to like. It's a pink pepper, black pepper combo. I think it's more so pink pepper in the top because there's a little bit of sweetness. It's a touch aquatic. It's vanillic in the dry down. It's a little floral. It's some citruses. It's a whole bunch of stuff that makes it super easy to like with some really good performance. It's, again, well-rounded, kind of similar to, but not exactly the same as Chanel Allure Homme Sport. And if you like fragrances like that, yeah, it's a little redundant to it, but it still has its own kind of twist to make it its own entity at the same time. Just a really good fragrance. High compliment factor. You can wear it year-round for pretty much everything, and you're going to smell good during the day and nothing out the shower. Mancera's Cosmic Pepper. Moving into Monday, I wore this during the day and out the shower. I just put out a full review on this. This is really, really good. I find the mintiness adds more of a green element to it. The ginger doesn't make it very spicy, but brightens the citruses and the fruits like the pear and such. We're talking about Lattafa's Art of Universe, their inspiration of Blue Talisman, and I think it's a damn good one. I wouldn't call it a one-to-one replica or anything like that, but it's definitely a clear path to Blue Talisman. Very similar, not exactly the same, not the same quality and such, but really good performance. Surprisingly, really, really good performance. Like better than I anticipated, honestly. Well-rounded, very fruity citrus without being super sweet. Again, the mint gives it a bit of green without being super minty-like. Like, it doesn't have that toothpaste smell. It's not a spearmint, peppermint kind of thing. Just really adds a lot of freshness overall with a bit of woods, a little touch of amber, some clean musk in the dry down. Really, really good. I've been enjoying the hell out of this one. This blows Fragrance World's Taj 2 out the water for $39 I paid for this. I'm satisfied. I am no longer searching further for a take on Blue Talisman because I've been getting, oh, but what about Alexandria's? What about Dua's? What about this? I'm not further exploring. I'm satisfied, you know, and I would encourage you to do the same. If you find the one that you're like, this is good enough, don't keep buying more of them of the same profile unless you just love that level of redundancy. Now, look, I review them. I'm destined to be loaded down with redundancy. That's very different, but if you're just buying for the sheer enjoyment of it, whether it's Fragrance World's Taj 2, Alexandria's, this one, whatever, if you find one, then you're like, yeah, this one does it for me, don't keep buying them. You don't need to. I mean, it's your money. Do what you want. Buy everything that smells like Blue Talisman if you really want to. It's just advice. You could tell me to go fuck myself, you know, or you could be like, you know what? Light bulb, it clicked. You're right, TLTG. So, here to help, not here to hurt. But during the day and out the shower, Art of Universe from Lattafa. Moving into Tuesday, pretty damn good smelling day if I do say so myself. I do kind of prefer the Le Parfum to the original. I know most people prefer the original to the Le Parfum, but this is YSL MYSLF Le Parfum. I prefer the kind of enhanced sweetness that I get from this one. Bunch of orange blossom. It's a little woodsy and musky, but it's got this aromatic, bubblegummy type sweetness that I get from it. More so than what I get in the original, the fresher, lighter concentration. This is good stuff. I find it very redundant to the original. I had somebody comment when I said that the other day when I wore it that I find them nothing alike. Oh, buddy, I couldn't disagree with you more. Let me repeat that. I had a gentleman tell me that this YSL MYSLF Le Parfum smells absolutely nothing like YSL MYSLF. Behave in the comments. Let me just think it. You don't need to say it. I'll think it. You think it. Let's not say it. But yeah, Nothing alike, he says. If you're seeing this, sir, I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to keep it in my mind. Yeah, very redundant, guys. So if you have both, you don't... I mean, you just really like the DNA. There's subtle changes. Like I said, I find this one a bit sweeter and a little bit thicker. Outside of that, overall, pretty much the same profile. If you have one, you don't need the other, in my personal opinion. Performance is actually pretty good. Not a super strong fragrance, but I find it's above average in, you know, every subcategory of performance, projection, longevity, sillage. It's pretty good, and the wife really likes it. That's always an added bonus. During the day, we went with YSL MYSLF Le Parfum. Then I got the shower. One of my favorite clones to wear. I really enjoy this one. It's a twist on Platine Privé, one of the newer Guerlain L'Homme Ideal flankers. This is Fragrance World's French Avenue Arsh. I'm quite the fan. It doesn't have that exact same smell of, you know, bitter almond. There's something else making the chord similar to, like saffron leather kind of thing going, and it doesn't sound like that would make an almond type of chord, but it kind of replicates it pretty similarly. That's the big difference between the two. The brightness and vibrance of the citrus opening are pretty much the same. It's really good. Like, you'd swear there was almond in here. They don't list almond, but yeah. It's kind of like a spiced citrus, because I believe it's saffron that's in there to make this accord. And yeah, it's actually really good. Like, really good. I quite enjoy this. This is a hit from Fragrance World. Some of you that watch on a regular basis, you hear me say, they're kind of 50-50. Sometimes they hit it out the park, and sometimes it's a total miss. I always bring up Taj 2 as the total miss for me. And it's not just because I don't find it's similar enough to Blue Talisman. I just don't quite enjoy wearing it. Whereas this is a pure joy to wear. This is one I strongly encourage you to check out. And this is one that's good enough for me, because Platine Privé was, I believe, a limited release and not that easy to find anymore. So I'm good with this. I've been spraying it almost every week. Quite enjoyable, actually. Out the shower, Fragrance World's French Avenue Arsh. Moving into Wednesday, an all-time channel favorite that it's my favorite season to wear it because it's a blue fragrance that still has some powdered sweetness and density. It is Salvatore Ferragamo's Acqua Essenziale Blue. Just a personal favorite. I've recommended this fragrance to death over the years. I will continue to do so. I get really good performance out of it. It's aromatic, a little citric. It's got a touch of earthy green from some Cypriol. It's woodsy. It's got a little bit of an Ambroxan smell without being some bomb of it. And again, powdery, sweet tonka. Man, I'm just such a fan. And it's a bit fresh and spicy as well. I don't remember what notes are in there that give it that spice, but it's a very fresh, spicy pop that you get early on in the fragrance. It's really good stuff. I don't know what else to say that I haven't said in the last 6 years in the countless videos that this fragrance has been in. It's just, it's that good. I love it. For under $40, it's one of the best fragrances money can buy, in my opinion. During the day, Acqua Essenziale Blue from Salvatore Ferragamo. And when I got out the shower, I wear this one pretty much once a week. Out the shower, I love wearing it. Maison Alhmbra's Philos Messenger. A twist, their take on Suspiro Vibrato. Not near the same quality, but scent profile's pretty close. Citrusy, fruity, a little spiced, woodsy, ambery. It's good. It's good. I'm a fan. It's good. It holds me off well enough. Now look, I got a bunch of things that are of the Tigar Vibrato family. Kajal 3. Of course, a lot of this, you know, more affordable clones. Afnan Tarathi Blue. Norstag from Paris Corner is actually really good. That one's kind of heavier on the Ambroxan. Let's see, what other ones? Because I got so many. I have a decant of Vibrato. Of course, I have this bottle, and I kind of wear this one the most. Honestly, I really enjoy it. Wildly redundant to all the ones that I've said, but, you know, if you want an affordable almost, you know, almost Vibrato, this is almost Vibrato, and I quite enjoy it. Out the shower, specifically out the shower. It's Maison Alhmbra's Philos Messenger. Moving into Thursday, we got a tie for best smelling day of the week. Thursday and Saturday. I can't decide. But during the day, it was really nice to spray this one. Invictus Parfum. Rabanne's release from last year. Big fan. Highlight reel kind of fragrance. You get Invictus Acqua, you get Invictus, you get Invictus Legend, you get Invictus Intense. I don't really get Victory Elixir, but I could see a little bit of Victory in there. You get this dark soap accord. It's good. Oh, this is really good. A little bit of Invictus Platinum in the top, kind of with that fruity smell. As well as you get the bay leaf, the salty saltwater accord. Just all those elements are there. This is such a good fragrance, a really good performer. If you like any of the Invictus fragrances, you're bound to like this one because it kind of encompasses the entire line in one bottle. That's why I call it the highlight reel. This is some good stuff. Again, during the day, that's Rabanne's Invictus Parfum. Then I got the shower. It was time for a shave. And my first collaboration with Zaharoff, I went with Business Over Pleasure. Never a bad time to smell like one of the greatest fresh iris fragrances of all time. Yeah, I said it, and I mean it. It's not just because it's mine, because it is that good. It just is. A little bit of bergamot at the top, gingery spice, powdery iris, quick hit of some Sichuan pepper, gives you a little blast of peppered heat, and then it starts to fade away rather quickly. You don't get pepper for a long time. It's here for a good time, but not for a long time. And then you have the Palo Santo Gaiac wood amber combination in the dry down that gives it this creamy, smoked, warm wood smell. Just super versatile, but still a fresh, office-friendly fragrance at the same time. There is some depth and complexity. It's going to turn 4 years old, I believe, this May, since this fragrance came out. It's crazy to think 4 years have flown since Business Over Pleasure came out. Still love it. God, it never gets old. Never gets old. Any of you that have it, I hope you're enjoying it. Any of you that don't have it, no, it's not coming back. It was a one-time thing, one batch release, because newer people to the channel are, I wasn't around when it was out. When new ones come around, just remember it's usually a one batch thing. That's what Evening Mystique, the follow-up to this, was as well. So thank you for anybody that ever did purchase a bottle when it was on the market. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. I think it was well done by myself, George, and Claude. So yeah, always nice to revisit. Out the shower, had a good shave with Business Over Pleasure. Moving into Friday, I ended up having George on for a live stream Friday evening, and I figured, why not for the occasion? We went with the new Zaharoff Signature Extreme with that Mercedes Black Pearl paint. This fragrance is Signature Pour Homme to the extreme, hence the Extreme. So it takes the animalics, the orientals, the woods, ramps all of that good stuff up. You add a leather accord here and some birch to make it that much smokier with the incense. It's a little fruity at the top, but very smoky, resinous, warm, spicy, medicinal type of oud, light animalic from this leather accord mixing with this Indonesian oud that's used here. Great sillage on this one. It's not a screamer off the skin. It's strong off the skin, but I wouldn't call it an absolute monster in projection early on. I would call it well above average, like 2 clicks below leather to back. But the sillage at a pure parfum concentration is just thick, dense cloud surrounding you, lingers in the air. So it has that boss CEO kind of appeal of Signature Pour Homme, just much more special. It's more nuanced. It's a more enthusiast type of fragrance. It takes that professionalism to an entire different level. Love it. Absolutely love it. Again, get it to focus here. That should do it. That angle right there. Up. Almost. There we go. Zaharoff Signature Extreme and nothing out the shower. And finally on Saturday, the other day that was tied for best smelling day of the week, we've got the newest release from Sphinx Fragrances, and if you like cherry, oh, you must try Cereza Daquiri. What a treat. I wore this yesterday because this is Sunday morning at the recording of this. Buddy. Cherry syrup accord, black cherry, rum, very boozy, creamy sweet. I believe there's caramel. Of course, there's vanilla. There's all these other gourmand, delicious elements. This is so good. And somebody's going to ask, no, I don't like it more than French Defense. French Defense is still my #1 cherry fragrance, but this is 100% an easy #2 for me. Smells incredible. 5 sprays was definitely a sweet spot for yesterday's wearing. It was radiating off my skin. It kept giving me just strong enough whiffs to not be obnoxious, but constantly remind me it was there as I moved around throughout the day. This is beautiful. You should try this if you like cherry fragrances. It's a men's release. I don't find it leans feminine, but I think it's perfectly unisex. Any ladies watching this, you're absolutely going to enjoy this if you like gourmand and cherry and boozy. That's the 3 things you're mainly going to get here. Gourmand facets, sweet delectable notes, Loads of syrupy, thick cherry smell and rum. Yeah, chef's kiss, mwah, type of stuff. This is 100% one to sample. This is one of the 5 best fragrances from the house, in my opinion. During the day, this is Cereza Daquiri, new release from Sphinx. And then when I got the shower, what has become my favorite coconut fragrance, Coconut Lagoon from Paris Corner in their Ministry of Gourmand line. And yeah, you see that juice level continuing to drop. I love this one. This is so good. Citruses, almost like Skittles, the way it comes across, because it's very sugary, sweet, candied coconut and citrus. Dries into a creamy, sweet vanilla. This is so good. This is so good. It just gets better with every spray, every time I wear it. Man. And then I had layered, let's see, one of the last times I shaved, speaking of Sphinx, because before they were doing original niche fragrances, they had their inspired beard products and shave products. So this is Caribbean Island, the aftershave splash. This is their interpretation on Virgin Island water. And last week I discovered using the shave set and then spraying this on top smells like freaking drinking a pina colada and eating a bag of Skittles. Oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever smelled in my life. Let me say that again. It was the greatest aroma I've ever smelled in my life. So any of you that had Virgin Island water, and I'm not a layering kind of guy. I'm really not. But this and Virgin Island water together, sipping on the pina colada while eating a bag of Skittles. If that sounds good to you, do that. If that sounds terrible to you, I don't know what to tell you. That sounds amazing, I would think, but because it is. It's happy discovery, happy accident discovery. But yeah, I can't encourage this $30 fragrance enough, guys. If you like coconut, it's so freaking good. Out the shower, Coconut Lagoon from Paris Corner. Well, that was this week's rotation. I appreciate you guys for checking out the video. I'll try to have links down below for everything if you're interested in checking any of it out. Of course, you don't have to make any purchases to watch my videos. I just appreciate you making it this far in the video. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.